What's up again, guys? Yeah, it's me, Dovahkiin, and welcome back to my Baldur's Gate 3 series. And before we begin, be sure to hit on the subscribe button for more great videos. Alright, in the last episode, we started our journey in a Nautiloid in Avernus, the first layer of the Nine Hells. And we managed to escape it by teleporting it out of there and crashing it in the middle of nowhere. Our party then got separated in the process, so in today's vid, we will regather our squad and meet a few new companions along the way. But before anything else, congratulations to Larian Studios, cause only 12 days after release, BG3 became the GOAT, the best PC game of all time, with a Metacritic score of 97. Wow! And I am truly proud to have been a part of its early access community, who provided critical feedback and suggestions in a span of 3 years to make this game better for the full release. And it more than became better. It is now simply the best ever. Kudos to us all, Larian and the community. On a side note, just my 2 cents on the ongoing controversy about how other devs are reacting to the sudden massive success of this game in the niche CRPG genre. BG3, and like those before it, Elden Ring, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Skyrim, whether they like it or not, have raised the industry standards in their respective RPG genres without fucking microtransactions. Once again, consumers are happy, because they are getting what they pay for and more. For indie developers and smaller studios, we the consumers don't expect you to parallel the scope and depth of BG3. But for AAA devs and others bigger than Larian, you have no fucking excuses. If you can't make games that fully address the expectations of consumers, despite your huge budgets and workforce, then stop whining like pussies about other games that defy expectations. Just shut the fuck up, man up, and prove us wrong. Okay, let's start by reuniting with the first companion, Shadow.
Moving ahead.
You're alive. I'm alive. How is this possible? True. Seems like we're the lucky ones, judging by all the corpses strewn about. I remember the ship. I remember falling. Then nothing. No, I don't recognize this place. But anything's an improvement on where we just came from. First things first, we need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads. We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company. One thing, just before we go. I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
Although we haven't visited our campsite yet, you can already send/teleport your stuff there, of which will then be stored in a dedicated chest. To select multiple items in your inventory, like in Windows, simply hold the Control key while clicking on them. Then, right-click to open the context menu, and send to camp. Alright, let's level them up. For my main, I'm gonna get the Burning Hands spell, and Meta Magic, Distant and Twinned spell. There's nothing to pick on Shadow, but I'm just gonna reconfigure her existing spells.
Very well.
More of those wretched things!
Best be on my way.
Now to sneak your entire squad, just press Shift and C or click on this icon. To enter turn-based mode, simply press Shift and the spacebar, or click on the circle.
Need to keep focused.
To remind you again, this is Tactician mode, and I'm gonna try my best to make all the fights in this vid seem rather easy.
Vicious filth. Best keep some distance or this will be a short fight.
On my way.
Almost forgot Twin Spell. Let's use that instead.
You fight well. Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
With haste.
Okay, there's a couple of notable loot in this area.
With haste.
Now let's unearth a hidden treasure. Shadow's gonna cast guidance because we need to discover something via a nature check.
What am I to do?
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Deep grooves in the mud around that rock.
shadow is not that strong, but it's enough that she can move the rock inch by inch.
All right. What now?
By the way, it's a good habit to read stuff first before taking them.
Hey! I need some help!
Alright, now let's enlist the next companion, Star.
If not over, then through.
Hurry! I've got one of those brain things cornered. There, in the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others? I was hoping for a kind soul. Well, not to worry. I saw you on the ship, strutting about whilst I was trapped in that pod. What did you and those tentacled freaks do to me? I'm not an idiot. I saw... Ah!
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The light. The fear.
What was that? What's going on? The worm. Of course. That explains things. Somewhat. And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies. A kindred spirit. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me. Is that so? We clearly move in different circles. So, do you know anything about these worms? Turn us into... Of course it'll turn me into a monster. What else did I expect? Although, it hasn't happened yet. If we can find an expert, someone that can control these things, there might still be time. Well, yes, of course. But first things first. You know, I was ready to go this alone, but maybe sticking with the herd isn't such a bad idea. And you seem like a useful person to know. All right, I accept. Lead on.
And level him up as well.
What path lies before me?
There. A mind flayer. And it's hurt.
That thing's bound to be dangerous, even if injured. Best be careful.
You approach the dying monster. This is the thing that abducted you. You could end its life here and now, if only you didn't feel compassion. You can't move, can't think. Thinking is mercifully done for you. It will be a joy to serve, to die for it an honor. It's possessing your mind, forcing you to love it. But then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere. The monster lies exhausted, defeated. Its eyes, wet orange pearls, radiate malice.
Monster. Death is too good for it.
In early access, that Mind Flayer was controlling a trio of fishermen. That ends up in a fight which can earn you 30 kill EXP. Well, here we got 35, just by dealing with a Mind Flayer. Better and quicker, if I may say. Now, on to meet another companion, Gale.
Very well.
What's going on with that room? Looks unstable somehow.
You approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
A hand? Anyone? Whatever you're doing is working wonders. Now a quick little pull should do the trick. Oh. Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. I'm usually better at this. A bit shocked, but friend, it's a relief and a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the Norse Lloyd as well. And I can only assume you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region. The insertee we speak of, this parasite, are you aware that after a period of excruciating gestation, it will turn us into mind flayers? It's a process known as ceramorphosis, and let me assure you, it is to be avoided. You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you? A doctor? Surgeon? Uncannily adroit with a knitting needle?
You seem to know enough about our condition to realize it's beyond most clerics' skills.
Most, no doubt, but I find myself hoping to be in the presence of the few. You don't happen to be one of them. As we've established, few enough can. It's not exactly a common affliction. We're most certainly going to need a healer, and soon, too. How about we lend each other a helping hand once more and look for a healer together? Most excellent. A parasite shared is a parasite halved, or something to that effect. Oh, but before you think you're about to embark on a journey with most ill-mannered a man, thank you for pulling me out of that stone. It was an act of foresighted kindness, I assure you. For I have the feeling ample opportunities will present themselves for me to return the favor.
Okay, let's level him up. Gale's wizard subclass defaults to Evoker, but in early access, I remember him saying in a small talk with LZ that he prefers Abjuration. So I'm gonna pick that for him. Besides, I'm already the nuker. Anyway, I'm gonna choose Long Strider and Magic Missile for his spells.
Quite ready for you. No time to rest.
And finally, let's reunite with the next companion, LZ.
My faith will guide me.
I've got a long road ahead. Don't waste a step.
Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad and twice as ugly.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
Get rid of them.
Dimesa, watch out!
Yes, here.
Can't afford to let up. Onward. Enough talking. Get me down.
And that is how you make things easy. My party is full, so I'm gonna send Gale to camp to make space for LZ. Anyhow, Gale is not a permanent member of my squad anyway.
What's on your mind? I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I'll be in the camp then, idling away the hours.
Enough dawdling. Get me down.
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
It is many things. A hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter. Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a Gale tadpole, we must report to Augustil for purification. You have made an ally from Kresh Kalir. Few know such fortune. Call me Lae'zel.
I'll trust your judgment, but I won't trust her. Not until I've gotten the measure of her.
You've a sharp tongue, elf. Would that your mind proved its equal.
Half elf. I suppose the finer details are lost on a creature like you.
Come. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A Kresh must be near. We will ask this Zoru where he has seen my kin.
Alright, let's level her up. Finally, it's time to visit the campsite and take a well-earned long rest. Now I'm gonna show you how to get approval points from everyone in this first ever camp scenario. So take note of my dialogue choices. I'm gonna start with Star, then LZ, then Shadow, and lastly, Gale.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
So, we're resting here. Turning in for the night. I suppose. I'm not really sure what I expected, really. This is all a little new. The night normally means bustling streets, bursting taverns. Curling up in the dirt and resting is, a little novel. I'm in no place to rest yet. Today has been a lot. I need some time to think things through. To process this. You sleep. I'll keep watch. The pleasure is all mine. Sweet dreams.
A monster forms inside us, yet you waste time with idle chatter. Do you suppose the parasites inside us dare to rest? That the Gale do not still pursue us with each peal of the bell? Take your rest. I will stand watch. Should a single tentacle split your skull, I will not hesitate to end you. Chatter already, Tusky? I expect I am your first. Of course you haven't. They would have cut you from navel to neck. You are no less alien to me than I am to you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake. Better is an opinion, but mine is certainly more economical, disciplined, dignified. I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a Kresh. You do well to observe more and question less. Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a mind flayer is born. Words forged in steel. May your actions express the same metal. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me. Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
Doing the rounds, are you? You'd better get some rest. What were you two talking about? Wrong. Your business is mine. We're entwined, thanks to this. If we're to survive, we need to trust each other.
You seem reliable. I think you know how important it is that we find someone who can cure us. Best if we focus on that.
Good. We might even get lucky and find one right away. As I see it, we're overdue some good fortune. Rest well.
Something's on my mind.
Go to hell. Ha! You're a good sport. Go to hell. An everyday expression. So trivial it's almost meaningless. But we've seen hell. It's real. And it isn't trivial. Devils, dragons, mind flayers. They used to be abstracts. Pictures on a piece of paper. What a difference a day makes. Now we have tadpoles slithering through our heads like carnivorous feti. That's not abstract. That's the spirit. Let's be up with the lark. Find a healer before the wee one gets hungry.
Here in Tactician mode, the cost of full rest is doubled. 80 camp supplies to be exact. And here is when the realities of this difficulty mode start to sink in. Anyhow, just take note of those seemingly delicious food items. I'll explain them later. Okay, now let me show you the stuff that I got from the digital deluxe edition of the game for being an early access player. As you saw earlier, I've already consumed most of the meals, and what's left inside the Adventurer's pack are notable pots. Inside the peculiar clothing chest are iconic items from Divinity Original Sin 2, namely Beast's hat, the Red Prince's cape, Los's lute, Sibyl's dagger, and Fane's mask. Don't worry, nothing's OP, merely commons in fact. Well, except for the mask, which allows you to cast Shapeshift. But still, nothing fancy, cause it's just a rename of the Disguise Self spell. And this is how they look when equipped. Alright, stay tuned in for the next episode as we do our first dungeon crawl. And that is all there is for now. Thanks for watching. Also, check out other videos from Sabbath Clan Philippines and don't forget to subscribe. See you on my next vid. Peace out, y'all.